Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today we're reviewing,
Star Trek Discovery.
this episode being called Lethe or Lethe. I don't really know. No doubt you loved this episode because there were big references.
There were?
Yeah.
Such as?
Spock.
Yeah, but that... I was kind of doing my head in. We said it before, I like the show. And I can get on board, they've got to do their own thing, but I do get frustrated with the Spock thing. Why has Spock got basically a sister that's never been brought up before?
I don't know.
We've seen Sarek at the end of his life in TNG completely unravel, but he has a sort of dementia or Alzheimer's or something, and he keeps banging on about things in his life. He never brings her up, so that's I've got to set that to the back of my mind. Part of this makes me think, why didn't they just set this in the continuity of the new movies instead of the old show? Then that would clear up a lot of this mess.
Yeah, because in terms of the timeline, it can't fit in with the new films anyway, because he already said that he went to Starfleet, which means the Vulcan would have been destroyed already.
Yeah, so, that's true. I forgot about Vulcan getting destroyed. That's a fair point.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically, Sarek's on his way to a meeting with two Klingon houses which have been loud off by the new commander, but his, I guess, shipmate or co-pilot goes full extremist and blows up, and then is injured, and then Michael gets visions, and then that's it.
Those visions are pretty dope though. I like when Sarek realised he'd invaded his imagination or whatever it is and forced her out. I thought that was kind of cool.
The effects in this episode were real good. Even the first bit where the ship takes off and stuff like that, the effects look real good. So yeah, there was a bit of bonding between, I guess, Tilly and that new guy who was saved last episode.
Yeah, he's the head of security now.
Yeah,
I think he was on the holodeck with the captain in the beginning, wasn't he?
Yeah, we're now doing a Klingon exercise, and then he lied and said that he got lower numbers than the captain, and the captain checked the gun and it was better. Yeah, so it's kind of they mind meld, so to speak, and they've got to kind of find him and save him. But the mind meld's kind of all over the place in the sense that she's seeing stuff from graduation and is feeling guilty about something, and it turns out is feeling guilty about putting Spock's name forward as opposed to her name forward, even though Spock allowed it anyway and joined Starfleet. So yeah, and I mean, apart from that, nothing really else mattered.
I think the captain and the admiral hooking up, then him basically ensuring she gets captured. Yeah, sabotaging her in the end.
Yeah, he got away with that one. Well, no, it's he didn't kind of. I think, what I was thinking, right along the same lines, is because Sarek can't go to the meeting, and then the Admiral woman who's popped up a couple times ends up going in the place, and she'd already berated Captain Lorca and said that she was going to dob him in for doing whatever.
Was that a veiled Harry Potter reference?
Nah, it's going to
Starfleet and informing them that he's out of control. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Grassing, there we go. And then she goes to the meeting, but it turns out obviously it was a double cross, and the Klingons capture her, and they're annoyed because they obviously wanted a high ranking Vulcan instead. and then is obviously thinking to himself, well, that worked out great.
Yeah, but wasn't also part of it? It looked like, didn't he take her gun or her thing? I swear that was the thing. Not a gun. What did they use? The ray thing, the phasers. Yeah, I thought that was the thing at the end.
Well, he had it.
She went to grab her phaser, but it wasn't there, and he kind of nicked it.
Oh, well, I mean, what are the odds of like, that actually kicking off? For all he knew, they could have actually wanted peace.
I don't think so. I think he knew what he was doing. Okay. I think they're making a rod for her and back here because he's in my opinion anyway, he's by far the most interesting character in the show. But it seems to be there's no way he's going to make it out alive. It seems almost obvious that they're setting Michael up to be the captain in his place. And it's just like, is it going to be as interesting without him, though? I'm not sure it will be.
I don't know, but I think if he left her with the phaser but tampered with it, then the Klingons would have killed her, so why wouldn't he have done that? I think that would have worked out better, but maybe that would have raised a bunch of questions. So yeah, the effects for the episode were kind of cool if we're talking positives. Sarek and Michael martial arting each other. That was kind of cool. We saw Spock's mum.
Yeah, Amanda,
Yeah. She looked okay. And yeah, I guess, the guy they saved last episode can literally do everything. He can fly and do everything. So, I mean, what were the other kind of talking points?
I think that was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember wasn't there something with Michael and what's her face? Tilly. Which is basically a matter to believe in yourself and do it in your own way.
Yeah, I think because I guess Tilly wants to be a captain as well. Everyone in this show wants to be a captain, apparently. And I guess they've been hanging out together, and Michael's been advising her on how she should be a captain, and then eventually at the end of the episode she goes and sees her and she's like, oh, you should find your own way instead of listening to other people. You know what I mean? And then she goes, oh, that's okay, I've done that anyway. I thought it was interesting they didn't kind of follow up on that weird time displacement or mirror thing with the science guy.
Yeah, not much. They vaguely hinted at it. In him acting, I don't know, happy or something, but they didn't really go into it. I guess they're going to save that for a later episode. Also, I think, did Michael got a position on the ship, didn't she? I think it was science officer, which was Spock's role in the old show.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? But, yeah, not too much happened in this episode, I suppose. The plot didn't go too... We didn't deepen the plot much. We just learnt some more about Michael, and like I say, I think the big thing was with Lorca.
Yeah. Who's doing more and more unethical things. Let's talk numbers.
Go with a 7.5.
I'll give it an 8 because visually I thought it was real good. You know what I mean? They obviously spent money on the effects, and this has kind of been the effect-centric episode, and it showed. And I like that. So yeah, definitely an 8. Did you watch the preview for next episode?
Nah.
Oh, okay then, so let's not talk about that. I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And we'll see you next time for more Star Trek Discovery.